let me ask you, Aaron, are you actually a Republican, or what
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. Well, I'm a
Okay.
registered Republican.
Registered.
I'm
Recording.
Okay.
Yes.
We're having a lot of fun already before we even go onto the air, because what we're doing right now is we're continuing our series that I call Local Flavor. And it's amazing what colorful characters you can find around Salina when you go out beating the bushes. So we're here with someone today I'd call a pretty colorful local character. So Aaron, what bush did you crawl out from under today?
Yeah, I don't know. It was Technicolor. It was a Technicolor bush.
Technicolor bush. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah. I'm actually just coming from a tour of the water and waste treatment plant.
Okay.
So I was out seeing well, where it all goes.
Well, tell us why you were there. Were you there on official city business?
It was on official city business.
Okay.
I was there taking a tour. Martha Tasker over there giving us a tour. It's actually quite amazing. It really is. They dispose of our waste all naturally. I mean, it's really interesting. They just basically make conditions prime like they would be in nature to sort of clean the water. It was actually pretty neat.
Right.
So,
were you intellectually up to that? You could follow what they wrote. It sounds pretty technical to me.
You know, it is actually for as quote as nature as it's supposed to be. It's still pretty technical.
Right,
in
exactly.
their regard.
I can imagine.
They've got a brilliant bunch
very
out there.
scientific and all of that.
It is.
So we know you're a city commissioner, and let me tell you, I have to tell you right out of the bat that one of the reasons I had to have you on the show, and I'm going to say this to you because I saw you walking in the studio, and you and Jerry Henriquez, our station manager, general manager, were going round and round and round. I finally had to drag you out of there.
Yes.
But one of the things, reason I had to bring you is because this is not definitely going to be a political show.
Sure.
But I had to have you as my token angry white Republican.
That's right. Yeah.
And you're good at it, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know
You're
if I'm
good and angry.
I'm angry and Republican. I'm not sure if I'm white, but
Okay.
pasty might be a better.
Pasty.
It might be a
Yeah,
better.
pasty white.
Yeah, I'm a registered Republican. I think I registered Republican. I don't know when, a long time ago, but I don't really share those necessarily extremely conservative. I'm extremely conservative fiscally, but socially I'm kind of extremely liberal. And so, everybody likes to say they're in the middle, and I don't think I'm in the middle. I'm probably extreme on each issue.
Right,
so,
right.
So maybe that's a unique character
You're
to
totally
itself.
bipolar, right?
Yeah, bipolar. I think your husband may have something. He might agree with that 100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
He might agree with that.
Right.
But yeah, it's really. I don't think that's probably one of the biggest problems in the country is that everybody tries to be, oh, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Libertarian. I probably lean more Libertarian than anything, although I don't 100% agree with them. The smoking ban, for instance, I thought was a great idea. You know, to me it was a health issue, no different than if the cook dropped the steak on the floor, I wouldn't want him to serve it to me.
Right.
I think it's pretty clear cut that people who smoke cigarettes are going to end up with lung cancer and die. And so I didn't need that, and it's an inconvenience. And you know what? It hasn't hurt us. It's really, I think it's brought a lot more people out to restaurants, and that's just an example of maybe where I wouldn't agree with Libertarians or Republicans, but it was just an area, it worked well for me. You know, I grew up playing in bars, I still do.
Right.
And I'd come home reeking of smoke, and then now it's not, and it's great.
Right.
It's really great. You know,
because you were not a smoker yourself.
Oh no, I've never been a smoker.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, when I was like 14 or whatever, you know.
Well, that was another thing I wanted to get you to talk about a little bit. What's it like? What are the perks of being a local musician?
Oh, the perks.
Yeah,
perks.
Come on, let's get into some perks.
Let's see. I don't know if there's any perks.
Keep them clean.
You spend a bunch of money and buying gear and learning years of playing, and people look at you like, okay, thanks, next. You know. It's like,
no, seriously.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
You've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, I've done it for 25 years,
I
guess, or so.
Yeah.
Since I was about 16, I started playing in bars with a little country band, and then went on from there. But you know, for a few years, I mean, I traveled all over the country, and there was, I think, my freshman year of college, I played 225 shows.
Oh my gosh!
So yeah, we were leaving in the middle.
Wow.
You know, like on a Tuesday, I'd leave and go play, Columbia, Missouri, and then I'd come home, and then maybe on the weekend we'd be in Olathe for 2 days, and then like we'd have to drive out to Colby, Kansas. So, and I still managed to, be kicked out of college for low grades, so it was quite an achievement, actually.
So why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
You didn't have anything to lose. You were going to flunk anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So it was really great. My parents.
Might as well be a roadie or
or a rock star.
Rock star.
They love that.
So it was all rock music, pretty much. What
Classic rock. Yeah,
Classic
we never
rock.
really got into originals very much. It was all Beatles or CCR or whatever, which is what we still do today. Same songs I've been playing for 25 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of wondered, because you're a single guy here in town, right?
That's true.
And that's one of the things, one of the areas I wanted to go to, even though I think you
Sure.
would like to talk a lot of politics. I'm going to take you
Oh,
in several
well, we
directions.
can skip the politics. By all means, yeah. Yeah,
I'll leave
that's
that for
good.
you and Jerry.
Yeah, that's right.
And but just as far as what's the single scene like out in Salina?
Well, I mean, again, for 25 years, I've been gone every weekend, so I don't really know how people.
Oh,
Really,
you're not even in Salina performing
no, I
that
perform
much.
once in a while. We do, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm usually out of town, and
Right.
it's pretty funny when you're on the stage and you can look out. It's like watching Wild Kingdom.
Oh,
You see
really?
the ladies with
Oh,
their
how
hair
funny.
all poofed up, and I always think
Oh,
of like
seriously?
the peacock
The
with its
Snookies?
plume. Yeah, I just look out there and think, the female raises her plume for optimum mating, or whatever, and I see,
I love it.
yeah, and you really look out and watch how people act, and it's really kind of funny. So I've gotten
Uh-huh.
a unique perspective, and of course, being single, I'm 41 now, and so being single all those years, you get a unique perspective, and you go, your friends that have kids, and they say, oh, you'll never know the joy of having kids, and I think you'll never know the joy of not having kids,
Yeah.
and so.
Yeah, or being a single guy.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
so there, it's like anything else. There's good and there's bad. I mean, there's nothing like going home at Christmas time, by yourself while all your brothers and sisters and family and everybody there, and you're like, hey, how you doing? And so, but it works well for me. I'm not easy to get along with, and it's been a task for the few who have stuck around, I suppose, for the years that they have. It's been
The ones that kind of hung in there.
Yeah,
and,
they probably
but you've
did-
never been married. Is that
Never
right?
been married.
Okay.
No. I imagine they probably keep your husband gainfully employed. Her husband's a psychiatrist, by the way. So I'm sure my exes have all dabbled in
Well,
some self-help after
if you ever
me.
watch Patty Stanger on A Millionaire Matchmaker, she'll
Oh.
say your picker's off.
Oh, is that right?
Your
Yeah.
picker's off.
The
If you're
picker's
picking
off.
the ones that are seeing my husband, your picker's
Well, I
definitely
think they
off.
see him after me.
But
It
then
wasn't
Patty would
before.
also talk
Yeah.
about your picker is this.
Yeah, well, that's probably true
Yeah,
to a certain degree
it's,
too. There's probably
it's something that
well,
rhymes with
actually
picker.
not. That's actually it hasn't been traditionally.
Really?
Not really.
It's not lust?
Well, I mean, you look at its attractiveness, of course, as an
Okay.
initial. But see, I'm probably different than a lot of men in that I like women who take charge and who are very confident and
Okay.
exactly. And
So you're into bondage.
yes, no, no, I mean, yeah, maybe, no, I don't know, but I mean, just women who are more in charge. I don't like these.
Dominatrixes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
I mean, I would. If you asked me, would you rather date a stripper or a Fortune 500 CEO?
I can't wait
yeah.
to hear this answer. Which
Provided
is
the
it?
provided the Fortune 500 CEO looked like a stripper, that's who I would pick.
Oh,
no,
okay.
really, no, I'm kidding.
So you've got a few standards.
I've got a few standards. No, really, I mean, I do prefer that, and I think it's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it's hard to find a Salina. I think it's probably harder for women in Salina than it is for
Really?
men. Oh
Really?
yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think so. Yeah, there's a lot of jerks out there.
So
I mean,
tell me
including me.
about the strippers you have dated. What were they?
Yeah. Well, that's one
No,
thing I
seriously,
avoided.
you have dated.
No,
You haven't?
no.
Really?
Oh, no.
I'm shocked.
What happens is I grew up playing in those places. In fact, my
Mhm,
first
mhm,
band, we played
mhm.
at what used to be the Western Playgirl or whatever the.
Right.
It was it's like a pawn
never
shop
been
now. But anyway, we used to play for strippers. We would be the backup band,
Oh,
and
wow.
while they would get out there. And
Oh,
I saw
really?
that, and I just thought, what is the point?
Now, what
is
kind
the
of music
point?
did you have to play?
Oh,
Some
back
kind
then
of
it was like,
sleazy, jazzy
well,
something?
no, you would think so, but this guy played like old George Jones, and it was all country, and we do like whatever
Oh, I love that.
Money and all that stuff. It was really funny, here they are trying to
Well, they're
script
dancing.
Amarillo by Morning or something. It was
Yeah,
quite a
yeah.
scene. And they were dancing and often pregnant and often
Oh,
everything. So it was
my
quite
gosh.
a scene. It really gives you a visual.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Well,
really funny.
Well, you mentioned my husband, and I know
Yeah.
that a number of those people have been clients of his, or at least he'd said that at one time.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But what strippers you've known, is there any level of intellect, or how would you categorize them?
Well,
Are
actually-
are they smart women just trying to be single moms, or what is their
I
story?
think
Are
that's-
they a lot of them, most of them drug addicts?
I think there's.
I know there
it's
are the ones that
prob-
have some real issues.
Probably deeper than we want to get in here, but I will say in the years that I played in those places where they were present, I met a handful who were truly were professionals. Who one of them was one of them dated an airline pilot that lived, and she lived in Kansas
Wow.
City, and we would see her in Kearney, Nebraska, and we'd go back and play in Kansas City, and her husband would come out, or her boyfriend or whatever. And I think they got married, and she said, look, I'm at the time 27. She's like, I could do this for 5 more years and I have to quit, and it's a good living, and it's money, and
Good money.
you divide it between, you don't sleep with clients, you don't, it's a job. And I think that there are those who, like in the old days that they had the shows, the burlesque shows, whatever, who truly were professional
Right, they were
exotic
artists.
dancers, who
They
truly
were
were artists.
artists.
And I think that there is an art to that, and it
Yeah,
goes
I
along
would
with,
agree with that.
which brings me to a whole life philosophy of Aaron, and that is everything we do anymore has removed the mystery. You know, when somebody just stands, and that's why I say I never got into the whole stripper thing, because there's no sensuality to it. It's pure like, here I am, I'm naked, check me out, amazing.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I'm thinking, you know, big deal.
I love this life philosophy by Aaron.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Let's
but I
bring
mean,
back sensuality.
well, I'm saying, you know, bring back the mystery. That's what I love. The old movies, you know, the man and woman would be that, they'd catch that moment and they would disappear into a room. Now it's like, I gotta watch 15 minutes of uncomfortable sex scenes in a movie, you know, as I sit there going, oh, yeah, wow, twiddling my thumbs, what are you supposed to do? Hey, well, yeah, we'll be doing that later. You know, I mean, what do you know, really, what, you know? So I think we've removed, and I think that's it, you know, one of my favorite quotes in life is that we were too busy asking ourselves if we could, that we never stopped long enough to ask ourselves if we should.
If we should.
And I think we've gone through a generation or two of can we instead of should we. And I you know, and then if you say, well, then that's censorship, and you don't want to do that, because if you're saying we shouldn't do it, you know, we should explore all boundaries and expand all boundaries. Okay, but shouldn't we be spending more time trying to develop a cure for cancer than to see if we can get full nudity on daytime TV? You know what I mean?
Right,
it's just,
right.
I just think our priorities have kind of, you know, we sort of lost something there.
We're
And
definitely going to get a lot of blogs on this one.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But you know, I just think that that we've lost some of that finesse of life. You know what I mean? The cooking, you know, things like that. I mean, the people just, we're so used to fast food, so to speak,
So
that
now
we
we
no
got
longer.
fast sex.
Right. Well, not that
Fast
either.
porn.
Fast porn. Yeah. No, I just think that we don't take the time to sit at home and cook those meals, and so it's just everything is just instant gratification. Yeah. And it's just, and there's no, like I said, there's no. You know, the fact that we sell, whoops, hey, look, somebody's calling right now. They're already calling into the show, and we're not even on the air. We're not even on the air.
We're recording.
And so I think that, you know, the fact that we sell jeans that are pre-worn out tells us, you know, we have a generation of people, who want instant soul. You know, they don't want to work like, oh, my jeans have holes
that's a good point.
because I load and unload gear from a van and boxes every day to, you know, to ship.
We want character,
to UPS.
but we want it to be fabricated.
Right. We buy guitars. We sell guitars now that are pre-distressed.
Are you
know?
serious?
Yeah.
So you look like the real deal. So you look
extra
like
money.
you're a real rock star.
Yeah, I bought my guitar. It was brand new. I was like, man, this is really cool. The first gig,
rough it up.
huge bar fight. It fell over on its face, and I was like, oh man, you know, I was like disappointed. Now these guys are paying money for that.
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh.
I'm just thinking,
So wouldn't that be quite the job, guitar distresser?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I could do
guitar
that. Well, I've used the
distresser.
same one for about 17 years, I guess. I'm like, it's pretty distressed. It'd help if I cleaned it once in a while, but.
Well, we got a little off track, in a sense,
We
talking
can always
about
edit that.
strippers, but
Yeah.
you know, the only other reason I booked you on this show is you agreed to drop trowel.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
That was before you realized we had video.
Video, yeah, it was funny when it was on the air. But,
So you wore your Speedo?
Yeah, I don't know what I've got on today. I always
cool.
wear Sunspell underwear, so I'm sure it's boxer shorts of some kind. I gotta see if they'll give me some money for that endorsement.
So you weren't serious, even though I told you I
Oh
was
no,
going to do it?
I can't do that. Unlike Wiener.
Wiener.
Is that his name? Wiener?
Yeah.
What is
his name?
I've been trying to watch that.
Wiener.
I think it's Wiener. Viner or Howard.
Tell me that story.
You know,
I got a little clip of it last night, but I'm not.
I've been following this thing,
So
and
what's his deal?
I'm sure people are going to get mad and not reelect me, but I look at this thing and I'm thinking, what's the problem here? What's the point? I mean, I don't know what he was tweeting. I don't know, but
So
it was
he was
just a
tweeting
picture of him in his
pictures.
underwear. Yeah, I mean,
In
was
his
it to
underwear.
his wife or his girlfriend? I don't know who it was to.
Okay.
But you know, if the guy's not breaking any laws, it's almost like who cares? Well, everybody says, well, he's supposed to represent us. He's supposed to be a good character, and blah blah blah. You know, if he's up there promoting morality and he's screaming that, and then he's doing something that's sort of considered immoral, I could see that. But if he's, you know, if I don't know, I think we get too caught up in that kind of stuff again, and don't focus on the important things. Is the guy making good decisions? Is his judgment, while quote on the job, good? And people would argue,
well, now that could be part of it. Is he
people
making
could
good
argue-
decisions to tweet something like that?
Exactly.
When he's in a public office.
And that is the argument that people would use and say, okay, he's not using good judgment, he's whatever. But, you know, tweeting something, come on, we all are human. We all want to reproduce or whatever. You know, I mean, it's probably all part of this whole process. I mean, I don't know. The guy just seems like, I mean, yeah, was it probably ill thought out? Of course. You know, it's probably really stupid.
Well,
you know,
Aaron, we're gonna head toward a break here, and we're gonna have to take a little bit of a break. We want to come back with you. We're here at 910 KINA with the Joan Jerkovich Show, and we are gonna hold him to dropping trowels. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Break. Oh, we're still on? We're still on?